here and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Sandy Bay on the RDAllen multiplayer server, and just myself on the server here at the moment. And hopefully we're going to be chopping, or chipping, I guess it'd be chipping, some poplars here this episode. The poplars we planted here last episode, at least half the field anyway, is ready to be harvested. So we're going to get started on that. But before we do that, thought we'd sell one more load of silage here, just to show you folks the method we have come up with for doing that. So let's tab over here. We can probably go straight to the truck here. Yes. Still using the snowblower here yet, obviously. Works pretty good for that. The official name, I believe, is the Frazee. The Farming Simulator 17 Frazee. I'm guessing that probably stands for something, but I don't know what. So for those of you wondering what this mod is, it is the Farming Simulator 17 Frazee. And like I said, we just call it a snowblower. It'll pick up pretty much everything in the game. Straw, crops, obviously silage here, chaff. It'll pick it all up. Works great for picking up, you know, piles where you've tipped anywhere. Obviously, the main idea behind it is obviously the silage. And with this GMC truck as well, for those of you who remember when we were using it for chopping a while back, we kind of had the same issue. It does not fill up all the way. So I get about 60,000 or so, and it's done. So it won't fill up anymore. You might be able to get a little bit more in of it, but for the most part, it's done once you get about 60,000. Same thing when we had with the chopping a while back. We were using this truck. I think we were getting about 55,000 if I remember correctly. And that's about all the further it wanted to go for some reason. It's probably getting pretty close to that now. Fortunately, it's kind of hard to tell the fill level. It does not show up in the glance mod for some reason. Oh, it is probably full. Oh, maybe not. And actually, yeah, it might be full. Let's check this here a moment. Well, not full, but 60,000 liters. That is not 60,000. Get in the truck. There we go. 57. Yep, that's probably full. We'll call that good. Head down to the biogas plant here now and show you what we've changed for selling. Pretty much we just added the conveyor belts. Well, I would say it's probably slower doing it this way with the conveyor belts. In some sense, it's easier. You know, we don't have to dump in a pile and then take the front loader and sell it. With this, we can just simply back up to the conveyor belt and it sells. Works actually pretty good if you ask me. Now, of course, this would probably be ideal if you had an in-ground sell point. But unfortunately, this particular map at least does not have that. So you can't just back up to the sell point and sell straight up. And as somebody pointed out, this truck could probably use some more weight on the front of it for better steering. And when that person said that, I thought about that, and I think they're probably right on that. The steering on this truck does leave a little bit to be desired. But overall, works great on this map. You know, got the truck and the trailer kind of all in one. Got some tight spots on this map, kind of hard to get around at times. And this truck is perfect for that. Plus, it is quite quick as well. You know, given it's a kind of an old-looking GMC truck, somehow I doubt it would have this much power. Out for them hedges there, that's for sure. Okay, and then we just back up to the conveyor belt here. Currently have 2 conveyor belts. Like I was saying, the conveyor belts are quite slow. Back up, we should get the tip trigger. And away it goes. And we should be able to just leave it here, and it should continue to sell. Like I said, it's definitely not fast, but it works. And it is dumping in, right? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't know why we have this one extended out like that, but anyway. So that'll just sell, and we'll go ahead and go back to chipping some trees, or poplars here, I guess. And I think we'll probably just pull, at least hopefully we can pull this trailer behind the chopper. I think you can hire a worker with us. Yes, it shows you can hire a worker. The only thing is, I don't think we'll be able to do that with this field, though. And this, of course, is the poplar, the New Holland poplar chipping head on here. Okay, gonna be fun trying to make the turns here. As you can see, when I planted it, I didn't get too close to the edge in some spots. Kind of the reason why I didn't get that close. Okay, and away we go here. And we'll get the GPS mod set up here in a moment as well. Okay, looks pretty good. So I'll get the GPS set up here. And you're going to have to rotate that around. Probably work best if we actually copied the course from the tractor we planted these with, but I think we can get pretty close with this. That looks like it's pretty close. And I think the width was 2.4, if I remember correctly anyway. Go with that. We'll see how it turns out. Looks like we're about the right angle. We'll find out here. Also, I've been mentioning the new map here for the multiplayer server. I believe we've got one picked out. Actually have it uploaded to the server here already. We'll have to see once, probably the next day or so. Want to look over some of the mods that are on the server here as well. Just make sure we have everything up to date. Check that out. And probably the next day or so, we'll be switching over maps here on the server. I don't know if there'll be any more Sandy Bay episodes or not. This might be the last episode here on Sandy Bay. And I will have to say, it's been a fairly fun one, I would have to say. Again, like I've said before, not necessarily my style of map here. You know, kind of the small roads, hedges around all the fields and whatnot, but still a pretty good map. Yeah, I don't think we're quite on the right angle here. Yeah, then that's 2. That actually looks pretty close right there. We'll go with that. Oh, that's kind of funny how the field ripened, because that is definitely not how I planted it. We actually might not be able to do that much chipping then if only that bit of the field is ready. Interesting. Yeah, definitely ripened, I don't... grew kind of funny, I guess. I don't know if poplar really ripens, but I guess it grew kind of funny. Come on, turn. Why can we not turn? Must be the tipper here that's holding us up. Like I said, I'd probably use a hired worker, but I don't think we can use a hired worker on the angle on this field. Plus, just given the size of the field and where it is and whatnot, I don't think that would work either. What in the world? Must be that tipper that's really doesn't let us turn or something. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's try this again. Well, now we can, like, turn right around. That's weird. Yeah, it's like it won't let us go straight for some reason. Okay. Must be like some sort of collision or something with the hitch on this trailer, I'm guessing. Anyway, there we go. And just a reminder again, anybody that would like to join us on the multiplayer server, welcome to do so as long as you play nicely, follow the rules, and all that good stuff. Information for joining the multiplayer server can be found in the description below. Also, make sure you join us on TeamSpeak. The passwords for the multiplayer servers can be found on TeamSpeak. Currently have both servers up and running. We got the Reed Herman map on server 1, and Sandy Bay here's server 2. Like I said, we'll be switching over to the new map here on server 2 here pretty quick. No hints as to what it is. Though for those that play on the multiplayer server, I have already mentioned what it is. So for those of you that play on here, you'll know what it is. That is the map we are planning on going with. But for those of you that don't play on the multiplayer server, you'll have to wait and see once what we have chosen. And like I said, it'll probably be a couple days yet. Going to work on some mods here as well. Maybe look for some new mods. Maybe switch up some. Make sure what we have is up to date. All that good stuff. Yeah, it's just going to kind of slide over on us. That's kind of annoying. And information for the TeamSpeak server can be found in the description below as well. If you're not familiar with TeamSpeak, just download the TeamSpeak client. Link is in the description below for that as well. So just download the TeamSpeak client. When you open in the TeamSpeak client, you can go to the bookmarks there, add a bookmark, and then add the server address and the password. Again, address and password are in the description below. And then, of course, with TeamSpeak, you can use that on your PC, Mac. If you got a mobile device, I believe there is TeamSpeak clients available for most devices out there. That, for example, for those who want to record this video here, that is actually how I am on there twice. The first one there, just the RDAllen, I'm using that so I can record the TeamSpeak window there on the video. And then I'm actually on with my mobile device there, actually using that for TeamSpeak. So that's actually why I'm listed twice. The RDAllen recording is the one that my mic is actually attached to. And then, like I said, the RDAllen that's listed there as well is just for screen recording purposes only. Oh, there we go. Now it let us turn just fine. That was kind of weird. Yeah, too bad the field ripened funny like that. Probably because the field is on an angle like this, and it must still ripen based on the square. Doesn't do the angle, I guess, apparently. That is kind of one unfortunate problem when you have fields that are not square to the map. They can ripen funny like that, as well as obviously issues with hired workers, course play, all that good stuff. Don't worry, the next map, I don't know if it's perfectly square, but it's going to be a little bit more square fields, a little bit more open, a little bit more my style of map, I guess you could say. Also probably be perfect for the Big Bud DLC, which is supposed to be, I think that's like a month yet though, so I don't know if we'll have that on that map or not. Typically, we're not on maps for not much more than a month or so. At least that's what it usually seems like anyway. Definitely taking a while to fill up here. Also, if you join us on TeamSpeak, don't worry if you don't have a mic. Like I've said before, we got plenty of individuals that don't have mics that still join us on TeamSpeak. You can still use the in-game chat, or TeamSpeak has chat as well. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should get the other trailer. I've already started using this one though. But yes, note to self. I don't think this trailer works real well with this chopper. Or is it a chipper now? That's the question. Is it a chopper or a chipper? I would have to guess in real life this has to be a very noisy process here. I hope the cab there has some good sound deadening in it, because I think that would get pretty annoying after a while. At least I'm just assuming anyway this is probably louder than chopping at normal, say, corn or hay or something like that. Though I guess you never know. Maybe it's actually not as loud. Not really sure on that. I know chopping corn or hay can actually be quite loud with these choppers. Yeah, just the amount of power and just the entire chopping process there. Wonder, is it the header that's actually maybe causing us? Lift the header up. That actually might be what's causing, not the trailer. I don't know if you folks noticed that there at the end of that row there, we were kind of going sideways, which is kind of weird because we were going straight, so the trailer shouldn't have been causing any issues yet. Now the question is, are we even going to be able to fill this trailer up with what we have ready to harvest here? I suppose I could speed up time some more. I don't know. Does it show on the map? Oh, it does. Okay. So you can actually see on the map here what is ready to harvest and what's not ready. And you can see, by the way, we didn't plant the entire field. This is 2 pallets of poplar saplings, by the way. Probably almost get a 3rd one in here if you planted everything. And actually, if you didn't miss the middle bit, you could probably get even more. But I'm assuming just realistically, this is probably how they'd be planted, because you wouldn't want to be driving over the saplings once you planted them. So you probably leave driving lanes between each row. Anyway, we'll read some comments here a moment. Chris was saying you should get the Brent grain cart when it comes out. Beast Mode says hello. John was saying, so from the comments of your viewers, I'm going to plant the whole map in corn. Do you know of a good modded corn header that's much wider than the in-game one? If you're talking for just harvesting, say, shelling the corn, I do not. Although I'm sure there's probably some out there. Now, if you're talking about chopping the corn, there is the Kemper 2020 header. And that is obviously a little bit wider than the in-game chopping headers. Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's the header here that's actually dragging on the ground, not the trailer that's causing the issue. Jeffrey was saying, yes, there's an updated version of the Hobbs farm. It's still 1.6.0.6. They just updated it for the 1.44 patch, as I would consider updating if I were you. Okay, I thought they had changed it to 1.7, but I guess not. He says there's still 1.6, which is what I'm running, by the way, for those of you wondering. Hobbs farm is 1.6, the version I'm running. And yeah, the soybeans don't work on the version I have. For those of you who have earlier versions of Hobbs farm, you should definitely at least upgrade to 1.6. I know we played Hobbs Farm on the multiplayer server. I didn't do any videos on it back then, but that was probably a good 3-4 months ago. We had Hobbs on server 1, and it was very, very buggy. We ended up, I think we're only on that map like a week or so. It's like, okay, we got to change maps. This one's not working out. Jack was saying, good video. Thank you very much for that. How many monitors do I use for Farming Simulator? I typically use 1. I do, however, have 3 monitors. Technically 4 if you count my projector. Neil was saying you should have brought back the placeable mixing station from Oklahoma. I don't think I've seen that placeable mixing station from Farming Simulator 15 yet. I know there are some other placeable ones out there, but I don't think I've seen the Farming Simulator 15 placeable mixing station. Neil was saying, do you know if there's any 4X maps on the consoles? The Big Bud DLC will be useless with small maps. That is a good point there. The Big Bud DLC, I don't know if there's any good maps out there for the Big Bud DLC on the consoles. Like the console users, you're kind of stuck with whatever Farming Simulator or Giants decides to allow on the console. Which is pretty much just the maps that are available, not even all the maps that are available on the Farming Simulator mod hub. Almost like driving in the mud here with this header. I wonder if just maybe this particular chopper, the John Deere chopper here, maybe it's trying to push the header into the ground too much. I'm just guessing that's probably more than likely what's going on. Rudy was saying, please do the Texas map. Dallas was saying, can you do a logging map? That is the plan, by the way. We're going to do a new map here on Server 2. Like I said, you'll have to wait and see what that is. And then the plan is for Server 3, we're going to put the logging mods, maps on that server. And then, like I said, we can just leave that server up and running with the logging mods. And whenever we feel like doing a little bit of logging, we can just hop on there. Otherwise, typically when we change to a logging map, we'll remove the mods, you know, the normal mods we use, like, say, the John Deere chopper here and all that stuff. We'll remove those, put the logging mods on, and then we're done with the logging mod map. We'll take the logging mods back off, and it's just kind of a lot of work to do it that way. You know, try to keep the number of mods to a minimum, so we don't want mods we're not using on there. For example, the logging mods. At least most of the logging mods, anyway. Oh, come on, we can pull it up the hill. Must be the... I wonder if the tipper is actually causing this issue too yet. There we go. Finally made it up. I have to miss a little bit on the end here, but oh well. Thomas was saying, very nice. Kyle was saying, when I use drive control, it takes forever to start moving. Goes to 3/4 miles an hour. Acts like soft gas is on. It seems like we've had that issue before, and I don't remember now what we did to fix it. Is this actually not filling? It is filling, but it doesn't seem to be filling very reliably here. But yeah, anyway, as far as the issue with drive control, it seems like we've had that issue before. I don't remember again what we did to fix it. If it was a mod conflict or something like that, I'd like to say. Okay, yeah, I think we're done with the trailer here, even though it's not quite full. Doesn't seem to want to fill any further. Oh, we actually managed to fill the trailer up here yet. Probably got another good trailer load on the field, at least once it's ready to chip anyway. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and sell this, and that should actually be right across, pretty much almost right across to here, except, you know, obviously we have to take the road around, but actually it looks like it's probably right down the hill there. I think we can see it there. Kyle was asking if I download your GPS mod, do I get the sounds? Yes, if you download the GPS mod from the multiplayer server here, you will get the sounds, the same sounds that I'm using. And those are the John Deere sounds, by the way, for those you're wondering. Do get asked that every now and then. Hey, how come your sound? How do you come you have the John Deere sounds on your GPS? Well, that's because we have an edited version of the GPS mod with those sounds. Okay, and sell point should be in here somewhere. Let's see, which one's which, actually? Ah, there it is, right back here, it looks like. And, of course, the question is, will this pay off or not? I don't know what the price of wood chips are at here. Probably not the greatest. 181, so yeah, not the greatest of price for wood chips there. And really not that good of a return on investment, if you ask me, given the amount of time it takes us to plant poplars and then to chip them. But anyway, with that, I think we'll wrap up the video here. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And, of course, if you'd like to join us on the multiplayer servers, make sure you check out the description of this video or any one of my other multiplayer videos. I don't have them in the single-player videos, so make sure you look at the multiplayer videos if you'd like to join us. And as always, folks, thanks for watching, and until next time.